Hi guys, I am Mr. Fed, welcome back to the channel. I am back in the man cave and I just want to drop a quick video regarding my honest thoughts on this game here, Persona 5 Royale. If you look on Wikipedia, this game has received some, rave reviews. I think it has widespread critical acclaim. I wanted to drop the video because I'm 60 hours into this game and I'm not really seeing or feeling this game being as good as other people have made out. So I just want to give you my quick thoughts, hopefully in less than 5 minutes. So what's the premise of this game? Well, you control a group of protagonists. They are in high school, naturally. It's a Japanese RPG, of course they're in high school. And they play a protagonist called the Phantom Thieves, and they go about trying to correct the wrongdoings of adults that they come across in their journey. And they do this by entering the metaverse, and what they do is they steal hearts or steal the treasure and change the hearts of these adults in the metaverse, which will force a change of their nature in the real world. So yeah, typical Japanese JRPG. So the Phantom Thieves, the distorted realities around these sort of people are in the form of palaces, and the Phantom Thieves will go into these palaces. They will fight the shadows that protect these palaces on the way to fighting the boss, stealing their treasure and changing their heart, which will ultimately in the real world will make them sort of confess their sins, have a change of heart, and then be a good person from thereafter. Now that's great. I mean, the actual palaces in this game are really well designed, and the levels and the puzzles in these palaces are absolutely brilliant. Now, if we had more of that sort of gameplay in this game, this game would be probably one of the best games I've ever played. Unfortunately, I've played 60 hours of this game. I've just completed my 4th palace. It takes about 2, maybe 3 hours tops to finish a palace. So I've really only had about 12, and if we're going to be generous, maybe 15 hours of really engaging and enthralling gameplay. Outside of those core levels, it is a real drag. This is not an open world game. There is no real exploration to do. Japan is sort of broken up into various small parts of the city, and you can go to each part of the city. You can travel there by train, and you can do some shopping. You can buy various items and various pieces of equipment that will help you on your quest. But it's all sort of laid out in front of you. No, you don't have to go out and find any of these things or find any of this stuff. Outside of the core levels, the core palaces, you have 3 different types of side missions. The first type of side mission is where you improve the bond and the relationship with others in your party and other people you meet on your journey. So you can do this by talking to them, you can invite them places, you can buy them gifts, and as you strengthen your bond with that person, it will unlock certain types of perks which you can use in your battles with the shadows when you enter these palaces, which is fine. Most of these bond building exercises take form in the way of narrative text, and the narrative text on this game is long and plentiful. I have played blocks of 3 hours of this game, and I've just literally found myself holding my controller in one hand and just simply pressing the A button just to try and get through all the narration and all the text. And a lot of the time, the narration and the text is not good. I mean, as you can imagine, Japanese high schoolers, there's a lot of sexual innuendo, there's a lot of, underage prepubescent girls putting on swimsuits and talking about arse cracks and all sorts. I mean, it's really bad. But much is the way of the Japanese JRPG these days. But I found in this game the text was probably worse than what it normally is in any other JRPG. So that's one side mission. The other side mission you can do is improve yourself. You have a 5-point star system, and you can improve your kindness, your guts, your knowledge, your proficiency and your charm. You can go about Japan, you can take part in, play games and do various, things like food eating challenges, which will improve various aspects of these parts of your personality. You know, you can watch DVDs, you can play video games, you can read books to improve your knowledge, you can study in the library. Again, it's all sort of mainly narration, text-driven exercise. And as you improve various points on your 5-star, you know, in one of those 5 categories, you can unlock different parts of the game. But in all honesty, most of these parts of the game aren't really worth unlocking because the combat really isn't that challenging. You can unlock some sort of additional weapons and some additional things to sort of improve your gun and, you know, improve your armor, but you get most of the armor and the weapons anyway as you explore the palaces. So these actual kind of submissions, I found, don't really sort of add on the core quest. The third side mission, and perhaps the worst side mission of all, is your journey into a metaverse called Mementos. Now, as you travel around you know, your journey, you will come across people who also have distorted realities, are doing bad things to people, but however, their distorted realities are not distorted to the point in which it will afford them a palace. So these kind of people, ones with semi-distorted realities, they're all thrown into this kind of area of the game called Mementos. Now, this area of the game, Mementos, takes the form, for whatever reason, I have no idea why, takes the form in terms of, like, it looks like a London Underground or New York Metro subway. Now, you drive around this subway on these train tracks in a car. I don't understand why you drive around this place in a car and not on a subway or on a train, but you travel around it in a car. To make matters even more confusing, the cat who's in your party, a pet cat, that, when you go into the metaverse, your cat will turn into the car. So driving around Mementos is just a really arduous chore. As you enter Mementos, you're looking for an escalator which will take you down to a deeper depth of Mementos. So you find an escalator, you go down, you travel on that floor, you find an escalator, you go down, you travel another floor, you find the escalator, you go down, so on and so forth. Now, every time you come off a floor, say you go down off a floor, and if you go back up, well, the map that you've just uncovered by driving around has disappeared because the floor will regenerate every time you leave and every time you go back to it. So the layout of Mementos is different every time you get there. So that means you have to re-explore and reopen these maps all over again. It's not fun. It's really boring, and Mementos looks terrible. The palaces look brilliant. The core gameplay in the palaces and Japan look brilliant. Mementos, it just looked like the developers have kind of lost interest, I suppose. They've just gathered all these people and side quests with maybe, you know, not distorted realities, threw them in Mementos. You have to go and find them, you have to beat them and turn them into good people. So that's where we are. I'm 60 hours into this game. I am going to persevere. I will finish this game, but I just, you know, I got wrapped up in the hype. I read the reviews. I thought that this is a must-play game with widespread critical acclaim. But for me, with the amount of arduous text you have to go through, with the, you know, the ball-out arduousness of Mementos, and, you know, the side missions just not being that good outside of core gameplay, it's a 5 out of 10 for me. I'd love to know, if you've played this game, what your thoughts are on it, and you know, a discussion about that, and see how you got on with it. I mean, there's another game done by Atlas, who's the makers of Persona 5 Royale. That is Shin Megami Tensei 5. Now, that game is absolutely brilliant. They're made by the same developers. I would pick Shin Megami Tensei 5 over Persona 5 Royale any day of the week. So that is my honest thoughts on Persona 5 Royale. I hope I was able to do that in less than 5 minutes. I won't find out until I edit this video. But anyway, thanks for watching. I will drop another video, because I've got some Switch pickups as well, shortly, and I will see you in the next one.